And it is a day of mystical moments, lots that we don't understand. Good morning, friends. Welcome. Today is a magical day. We have a solar eclipse going on that I cannot see in my part of the world, and it is the new moon in Virgo, the second new moon in Virgo in a row. And while I am not an astrologer, I am a respecter of the stars. There is great mystery there that our beautiful astrology friends can point us in the right direction. Good morning, Rhoda. Glad to see you here. We're celebrating today the chance to plant some new intentions. And so, what strikes me is this little light of mine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Where is it in your life right now where you could use a bit of light? What's going on in your surroundings that are needing change? And can you pick something, become quite committed to something new in this lunar cycle? Okay, so I'm going to put this aside, my little light. I think I'll put it right up here. As a reminder, let's let our lights shine, huh? So, Rhoda, I am doing very well. Thank you muchly. It was fun to meet our mutual friend, Lexa Tarot, and I enjoyed her reading very much. If you guys have not experienced Lexa Travel, Lexa, Lexa Tarot, be sure to take a peek. She has some wonderful material over there on her site. So today we're going after what it is that the divine wants for you. What I'm aware of is how much of an underachiever I am in the area of accepting and receiving divine love. It's such a mystery, isn't it? Especially if there's things going on in life that are distracting. But the fact is, when we can make that choice, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like, that we are receivers of divine love, it's going to change everything. So I picked this mystical deck today to allow Spirit to draw us to the heart, the very heart of the divine. Put your hand on your chest right now. I'll do the same thing. Just hold your hand to your chest. Remember when you were a little kid, I pledge allegiance to the flag. Well, let's pledge allegiance to our divine connection. The only thing that makes life worth living is knowing we're connected to the divine. And so that's my personal truth as I walk into this new moon eclipse opportunity, because I do want to understand my potential, and I want to understand what it is that the divine feels about me. So I'm using the Oracle of Mystical Moments to open this gateway for us. So I'm going to draw one card for the collective, and then I'm happy to pull a card for whoever shows up here today who wants a touch of divine love. And Rhoda, you're going to be first. I'm going to keep my list. And let's draw a card for the collective. When it comes to this particular time in the astrology season, people have been telling me that it's difficult because things are getting stirred up. But how often that's exactly what we need, some sort of turmoil to get us refocused into who we were created to be. So let's see what we have here. Under my umbrella. So, for the collective, my collective friends who are here watching me this morning, what you have to realize is that you are the umbrella, under the umbrella of Spirit. Where's my pointer? I try to come well prepared, and now I don't have my pointer. And being a teacher, I have to have a pointer. Maybe I'll just use my pen. But the divine is so wanting us to crawl under its umbrella. Your life might be so filled with drama right now. It's very colorful. It's detailed, being pulled in a lot of different directions. The intensity of your everyday life, if it were a color, your intensity of your everyday life right now, imagine that it is a color. We are surrounded with opportunities to worry, for opportunities to absorb other people's pain. This is one of the things that I struggle with personally. It's hard for me to be with others who are in pain. And I find that there are times I run from it, come into my own space to escape it. But there's no escaping a world filled with unhappiness, right? So, universe, divine God calls us to hold up that spiritual umbrella, crawl up into the lap of the divine, is often the only way to find peace in the world the way it is right now. Okay? So, as we go through the cards today, please understand that we all share in this common call to recognize the divine in whatever we do, in the darkness, in the light, in the storm, in the sun. As we crawl up into the protection of our divine creator, we're going to have a remarkable life. All right. So, this is the call for the collective. So, if you're here today hearing my voice, welcome in. Hi, Bargavi. Great to see you here. Hey, Foodie. Welcome. And are you guys, what are you noticing about what's going on right now in your life? Are you noticing some upheaval? Are you having some challenges? If you are, fabulous. You are in the right place, because these times in the stars, when there is an eclipse, it's a great time to look at what's frightening us. In the ancient, I hear that horn tooting. Can you hear that horn tooting out? Laugh. It's like the universe is saying, pay attention. I'm here. And I love that. Never overlook an opportunity to receive a sign. So, Bargavi, I'm going to pull a card for you second, and then Hey Foodie, you will be next. And whoever's visiting, welcome. I'm Catherine. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot, where we're all about breaking the patterns that are holding us away from the life we so wish we were living. It takes willpower to open the umbrella, right? It takes willpower to open yourself up to what Spirit is calling forward for you. Okay, so thank you for hitting the subscribe button and for hitting the thumbs up. I forget to ask you guys, remind you, if you're enjoying this reading, let YouTube know, because that way they produce more opportunities for other people to find me. So welcome. Rhoda, hold in your heart what it is in your life right now that is the most frustrating, the most, what's pulling at you. Hold that in your mind and let's see what it is Spirit has for you during this particular season in the astrological calendar. Okay. Butterfly Garden. So, Rhoda, what I feel like today is this is kind of like an opposite card. I feel like what Spirit wants for you to know is that your worries have the weight of a butterfly. Now, you may feel that your worries, like you might have a bowling ball in your head or a brick, where it's so hard for you to release all of the worried thoughts that are troubling you. But the reality is, because of Spirit, we have an option. We can choose to hold on to our worries. We can choose to remain blocked. Or we can make the choice to believe that Spirit is right here, right now, loving us more than we can possibly understand. As humans, we can understand the love of another human, the love of a pet, the love of a friend, but that's only a tiny fraction of the love the divine is holding for you. Rhoda, can you make this choice? Ah, surrender's hard, isn't it? Do you think you're the only person in that club, Rhoda? Because the truth is, it's very common to be afraid to surrender. Did you listen to the recording or the reading and tapping that I put out there about why do I avoid things? I'm starting to make some topical videos for you guys so that you can put into practice some techniques that will clear the way for you. Good divine timing. Actually, Mystic Christina is here, and Mystic Christina was the volunteer. She asked me a question, and I was able to create a reading that you guys can watch. Okay, so take a look at the menu. Not right now. I appreciate if you stick around, but take a look at my site, and you're going to see a video I put out there, and it's called "Why Do I Keep Avoiding Things?" And this is an issue. Tapping is a healing for that part of you. Yeah, it was something. Now, if you, divine timing, if you would like to have a reading like that, all you have to do is write to me and ask me a question. And with your permission, I will share the reading that comes forward to, to the collective on your behalf. Okay, it's a great way to experience private work in a public way. And I know that sounds strange but true. So, anyway, butterfly garden. I would be very aware of butterflies. Pay attention to when they show up and use it as a sign. Lay it down. If you see a butterfly, what can you lay down at the moment? Baby steps are going to make a big difference for you. Okay, my friend? All right, moving forward. Thank you so much for being here, Rhoda. I appreciate you. It's very fun to pull several cards whenever I'm doing my work, and I appreciate Spirit bringing me the ability to read on a single card something that can be helpful for you, because I know it can be tough to carry these burdens. And Alex, welcome. I'm glad to see you here. Have you been here before, Alex? My love is beyond deep. It's hard feeling so intensely about everything. Oh, Alex, God love you. I understand completely. And so I put you in the line. Now we have Bargavi, Hey Foodie, Christina, and then Alex. You are welcome, Rhoda. Make sure to reach out. You know I'm here for you. Okay. Oh, by the way, if you're brand new here, you can find my website, manifestfaster.com, and there are lots of free offerings in there, and it also gives you a menu of the various tarot readings that I do. So please do take a peek over there. Okay, Bargavi. Bargavi, hold in your mind what it is that's troubling you right now. The eclipse is a time when things can get stirred up, and it's for an important reason. We need to have interruptions in our lives. Hopefully, they're not too severe of an interruption. But back in the day, before there was any technology, you can imagine how frightening it was when something covered up the sun. And the ancient people were so connected to the planet and to their spiritual shamans, they were able to use these times to grow spiritually. And that's what we're being invited to do. So, Bargavi, the mermaid's love. The very first thing that came into my mind, Bargavi, is that you are caught between two worlds. Like this mermaid, the mermaid is caught between two worlds. And so as I look at this energy, I can feel the tension. So you may be caught between one you may be caught between wanting to get a new position, a new career move, and yet not sure that it's the right time. You could be caught between your parents and their expectation for your life and your own. You could be caught in a cultural tug of war trying to decide how to move forward. I know that I'm getting energy for more than you, Bargavi. The way the collective readings go, people tend to gravitate. There really is an attraction based universe going on. There's no accident that you are on this reading right now if your name is not Bargavi. Hi, Sable, welcome. I am a Scorpio, so I resonate deeply with my Scorpionic friends. I'll put your name on the list. Okay, so let me write down Sable. So, Bargavi, how can you make peace with being stuck between two worlds? How is that? All of us are stuck between two worlds because we have a spiritual life, a spiritual body. It's a spiritual reality that is experiencing a human existence. So the split that you might be feeling, Bargavi, is the split between your humanity and your spirituality. This is a great time to deal with that with this solar eclipse and the new moon. Write down a list of what it is that you're really wanting to have in your life. Write down your deepest desire. What action steps can you take toward that desire? What intention do you want to sit right now so that you can start to grow in the area that you want to grow? I'm aware of this bird that's sitting on the hat. And in a way, I'm sensing to myself that that bird wants to take off, ready to fly. Not often do you see a bird sitting on someone's head, right? So it seems to me, and even as I look at how delicately the figure is holding on to the mermaid, and I look at how she's looking away, I feel like there's something in your life that you need to leave behind in order to get where you're headed. All right? I hope that that is resonant for you, Bargavi, that you know what this is that I'm speaking of. Remember, if you need more cards, I'm here for you. Check out my manifestfaster.com website and read about the resources that are there. Bargavi, you followed me a long time. Maybe it's time for you to take a deep dive. Okay, moving on. Hi, friends. I see there's some brand new people here. Welcome. I'm Catherine. I'm so glad you could come and join us today because getting breakthroughs in the time that we have the stars aligning, the eclipse and the new moon is a powerful time. So Shreya, welcome. I'll put your name on the list. And if you're still here when your turn comes up, I am happy to take a peek. So you are welcome, Bargavi. Thank you for your visit. I always appreciate you when you come by. All right, so hey, foodie. All right, let's see. And a financial issue. Okay, perfect. Take a breath. Hey, foodie. Remember that your financial situation is like a river. Okay, so the river of finances runs through your whole life. Back in the day when you were with your parents as a child, their financial situation was always moving. So you have the choice on how you define that. And that's what these times with these eclipses, this offers you the chance to see what is not working. What habits might you have, hey foodie, in your life with money? What habits may be in your way? This is a great time to be very honest with yourself and just check what are things you're doing with your money right now that are not serving you. Sometimes how we spend money needs to be adjusted because we use our money for things that are not in our highest good or are not destined to grow our financial circumstances. Remember that finances want to grow and we don't want to be in their way. So I can't tell you anything, hey foodie. We're going to let the cards do the work for us. Let's see what your word is today. Okay. It seems to me, hey foodie, that there needs to be a purge. Okay, there's something going on in you where the amount of time that you're spending worried, afraid, and paralyzed by your financial situation is weighing you down. You're just being weighed down. Also, I feel like your desires may be large, maybe too large for what's happening right now. I think Spirit is saying to prune or purge some of your biggest aspirations. There's something going on the micro scale here, something very small. In order to grow a seed of financial security, you do need to do housekeeping and get rid of things that are not serving you. This could be in terms of how many apps that you belong to online. You know, it could be a habit of collecting something in your life. I know I can tell on myself that I love tarot decks and I have a large collection, and there are times when I I I want another tarot deck, but the truth is I don't need it. So there's a conflict going on for you, hey foodie, with the joy of simplicity and the pressure of aspiration. How much, don't write this in there because this is a private reading for you to take in, hey foodie, but how much do you actually need to make a big difference in your life right now? Some people think they need a big figure of money because they have all of these things that they're wanting to do. When in reality, a simple, regular, small amount of money every month could make the biggest difference for you. So I feel like with this particular situation in the sky, with the new moon in Virgo, there's something about getting organized and getting ready for your financial abundance. There are some wonderful YouTubes online about what I call financial literacy, how money works. So I would use the YouTube search window and search for how money works and begin to get educated. All right? Because to want financial stability is something that is common, and it will be answered, but probably in a way that surprises you. All right, so be sure to cut back on any expenses that you simply don't need right now. Okay, this will be key. And the second thing is, can you put yourself into a place of learning? What do you need to learn? What skill can you add to what you know how to do? Using a time of famine, feast and famine, using a time of famine to learn a skill can make all the difference in the world. All right? So there you have it, my foodie, and take it to heart. Be sure to write to me. You can find my contact information at manifestfaster.com. And you guys know I love to hear from you. It means the world to me. Okay, so moving forward, Mystic Christina. Hello. Oh, good. Thank you, hey foodie. I know that for me, as I have reworked my life over the last 10 years, I have greater value, I would say, in the things that I don't pay for. The gifts come to me, generosity, time in nature, the breath. a meditator and I love the silence that I'm learning. And so none of this would have happened had I not gone through a financial crisis with a divorce 10 years ago, no, more than that, 11 years ago, that really threw my life into a turmoil. And I needed to find peace with where I was. Okay, so welcome, you guys. Welcome if you're new here. This is Catherine. Let me sip my water. And Mystic Christina, are you still here, my friend? Mystic Christina is the person who volunteered to help me do a reading, and I appreciate her so much. The reading is called Why Do I Keep Avoiding? Why do we avoid the very thing that would be good for us? You'll find that video on my site, and so please do check it out. And Christina, thank you so much for volunteering. I know that other people have learned and grown from your willingness to be vulnerable and to receive the reading. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Let's see what we have for you this week. Ooh. I have a feel. Ooh, I feel like it's fireworks. Have you ever been to live fireworks and the crowd goes, ooh, I think that's what I'm feeling here. A delicate balance, a delicate balance, and the moon dance. So, Christina, the first thing that I'm seeing here is that it's important for you to honor the lunar cycles. There's something going on with the heavenlies right now that's going to be giving you guidance. So, one of the reasons that I love the lunar cycles is because it gives me a way to measure myself on what intention, making an intention in the new moon, and then checking it out at the next new moon. And also, Christina, there's something about taking things lightly. Okay, I love how she's holding the moon on a string as if it was a balloon. So it's the idea of not getting too serious. I know that your situation kind of demands serious, but does it really? And when we're trying to look at what has been happening in your life, when circumstances have been delicate, you can feel like it's hard to stay grounded. You can sense that you're always floaty. You know what I mean, Christina? Or you feel insecure and ungrounded. These birds, the three of them, three little birds, and it reminds me of the Bob Marley song. So take a listen to that because I'm sensing there's something there for you. And I'm also sensing all of these stars. The stars are all about healing. So you are on that healing journey. You're traveling from one part of your life to another. Certain things have happened that have placed you on this tightrope. This was not plan A. You did not plan to be tiptoeing from one experience to the next. It can be hard to release what happened in the past, but the universe is calling you to have humor, grace, and comedy. Christina, I hear myself saying these words, and I understand what's been happening for you. And in a way, I feel like this can't be the right reading because of how much suffering has been happening in your life. But yet, because of my own experiences in life, I'm 72, I'm just a little older than all y'all. But because of the experiences, I'm getting it. I'm a slow learner. But the more lighthearted we can be, the more we can lean and trust on the divine, holding on by a thread, on tiptoes, that we will always be guided as we move forward. So, this is super important. These three little birds to me suggest that there are three intentions that the universe is calling you to make. Are you aware of what they are, Christina? It could be three different life areas where you want to say, okay, finances, physical well being, and my home where I live. Maybe those three areas would work for you, where you can choose to trust the divine like you never have before. There's so many fun ways to create intentions. One of my favorites is to do a fire ceremony where I'll write out my intentions And then I take a picture of them on the phone, so I have a picture, and then to create a fire ceremony where I release my intentions by burning them and release the smoke to the heavenlies. One of my clients' husband is a firefighter, and she's very resistant to fire. And I said, that's okay, shred it, tear it up, but take time to, in your moment of destruction, to release it completely, to spare it. Okay, Christina? Also, I would repeat the tapping that we did. Oh, your husband's, of course. That's probably a little whisper from him, don't you think? But use the tapping from the Why Am I Avoiding It video, because that tapping will continue to bless and strengthen you. Okay, my friend, thank you so much for being here. Everybody, just send up some hearts for Miss Christina. This has been a very difficult couple of years, and this girl never gives up. I mean, never gives up. Okay? Shreya, I love that question. Thank you. Yes, when you're telling the divine source about your desires, that's exactly what I'm talking about. But it's the releasing of them that's the secret. Okay. Another take on this card and it is, what if she let go of this string? If this figure let go of the string, the reality is the moon is not going anywhere. It's still there. But the dependence on the moon for support is part of what I believe is divine source. I believe that source created everything and that God is in everything. And these cards are just a small tool that we can use to connect to what guidance has for us, okay? All right, moving forward. And Christina, I'm just going to hold this up here in case you want to take a screenshot. I should do that for you guys, to take a screenshot of the card if you're using your phone, because what a cool reminder. And you can put it into your phone, and then next month at the new moon, we'll see where you have arrived. Okay, moving on. And we have Alex next. Alex, are you still here? Let's pull a card here. Okay, and if you'd like a reading, just let me know. I'm happy to pull a card for you. And I see several people popped in while I was speaking, and I'm just welcoming you, greeting you. This reading is especially about finding any patterns that are causing us to resist the love of the divine. Okay, so Alex, let's take a peek. Let's see. Oh, I love this card, Abracadabra. Martha, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, my friend. Let me put you at the list. Right now I'm at Alex, then Sable, Shreya, and then Martha. Okay, Abracadabra. I almost named one of my little mini videos Abracadabra today because of magic and the magician energy. And so right now with the Abracadabra, that's that reminder of the magician. So I'm also noticing that if I add 3 and 4 together, it's 7. And 7 is, of course, a very lucky number. So, Alex, I feel like what's happening for you today is you are in a place of magic. So, if this reading is not only for Alex, it's for all of us. When we come together on one of these calls where everyone's greeting me from around the world, you have to realize that is just like all of these stars and sparkles. We are surrounded by signs from the universe. We are surrounded by glimpses of glory. Okay, write that down. Glimpses of glory. If we take our head out of our own, well, out of the sand, and we start looking for opportunities to notice abundance, there are examples of abundance everywhere. Sometimes you think, well, if I don't have enough money, I am not abundant. And that nothing could be farther from the truth. Because as you see yourself as a divine creation, you are more important than a city. You're more important than the stars. Why? Because you are a vehicle of love. You can love anyone. I'm not talking about intimacy or boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm talking about human to human. And so the magic of what's going on for you, Alex, is that it's time for you to open up and be more available to the humans in your life. The easiest way to do it is with strangers. The next time you go to the store, make sure that you look at the clerk who's checking you out, allowing you to pay. Instead of being upset that everything's expensive, look at that person who's serving you. Look them in the eye and thank them. Remember that love is the key for everything that you're wanting. You are, in the divine's eye, you are this big. The divine adores you and wants you to rise up and be who it is you were created to be. During the full moon, we got to detach and get rid of the things that were bothering us. In the new moon, we plant. We plant a seed of our own greatness. And this is not about being a great human being. This is about being a great spiritual being inside of our human experience. It is magical to start seeing yourself like that. Okay? And now we have Sable. Sable, are you still here? Shreya, Martha, who's here? I see Shreya's here. Hi, Sable. Sable Snow White. You know, I have, oh, never mind. I'm not going to go there. I'll go off on a tangent. Sable, welcome. Was there something particular that you're wanting to have the cards open up for you? Remember, here we are at this solar eclipse and a Virgo new moon. I can help him enjoy close. Okay. Okay, so Sable, so as I consider your energy, thank you for sharing. What I'm sensing is confusion. Okay, I sense confusion. So let's draw a card about your situation with your relationships and see what this, oh, did you see that? That card appeared. So I'm going to take it, even though I picked this card. And this is, you guys, I love doing lengthy readings, and I do make private videos for people so that I can pull cards and create a video just for you. So if that interests you, please contact me. But for a one card reading, when a card delivers itself to us, Sable, I think that's very special for you, okay? Interesting. Okay. Do you play an instrument? Are you musical, Sable? So, what I'm aware of here is that this instrument is not being played right now. Okay, so the instrument is not being played. And I also see the figure is hat is pulled down over his eyes. So there's something you are not seeing, Sable. There's something that you're not seeing. So as you dance with humans, God love you, when you are confused and there's more than one human who seems to need you for something, okay, so as there's more humans that need you, you can feel depleted. And the word depleted, where you feel not strong. Confusion can often drag your energy down. What should I do? How should I do it? What should I do? What should I do? I can't figure it out. Can you sense that within your energy system is all of this confusion that's pulling you away from the answer? There's so much distraction. He has, now again, gender doesn't matter with these figures, it's just the art. But I'm drawn to the fact that it's a night sky on that instrument. And it seems to me that if you could tune in to this particular energy today with the eclipse and the new moon. If you could tune into it, just like you need to tune an instrument, that you're going to bring some wisdom to yourself. Juggling humans is exhausting. Juggling rocks, like I have a couple crystals here, and if I wanted to juggle these two crystals, it would not be a problem. It would be easy. They fit in my hand. But when you're juggling humans, you're not built for that, my dear Sable. You're built to commune with your creator first and foremost. Many times people will be attracted to us because of who we are. Oh yeah, I'm double Scorpio. Sister, Summer, I'm double Scorpio here. And what happens is if I get too distracted by all of the humans around me, I lose my divine connection and then I feel like poop. I don't feel at all myself. So I feel like the universe is calling you into almost like a retreat where you could put both of these humans to the side just for a minute. Just put them aside. Well, I would say for a week. I mean, they would both survive 1 week without you fussing over them. Trust me. They need to understand that you are not source. They come to you, they attract to you because you feel like source to them. But that's just because you're a source conduit. I have a feeling that your music has been neglected because of all the drama that's in your life and it's blinding you. Without a solid connection to the divine, you will be a wounded healer, right? Can you relate? And Chiron, which I don't know much about Chiron, but I am a wounded healer. And it's part of what enables me to connect to your energy. But I think this is a call setting an intention for you to devote yourself to your music. What if music is a soulmate, right? What if music is a soulmate to you, languishing, being neglected because you are trying to figure things out with your human personality? You have God given talent, and your music is meant not only to comfort others, but to comfort yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. I wrote a song. It actually was a poem that I wrote, and then I met a woman who put it into music, and it was very meaningful. And when I hear the song, it just touches my heart so much. And so I have a feeling that there's a lot in your instrument that you're not seeing, you're not playing, you're blocked from your wisdom. Does that make sense for you, Sable? So I would take a time. If you can't do a whole week of disconnecting from these people, from these humans, do it for 24 hours. Tell them, I'm going on personal retreat. Me and God have to have a date. I need to get my head on straight. I need to connect to my heart. Okay? Now, Sable, oh yeah, as a Scorpio, I totally get that. I would love to do a reading for you, Sable. Keep that in mind. There is a way that you can work with me at no cost, and Mystic Christina knows all about that. Take a listen to that recording I posted on why do I keep avoiding things. It will give you a clue, and it also is a way for you to work with me at no charge. So do that, would you, Sable? Your music is calling you. Is it true that you have been avoiding music? Are you deeply engaged on the daily? And the last question I have for you is, do you meditate? Again, meditation has changed my life, learning how to get still, learning how to be content without any humans, to fill my cup, totally helping me get connected with the divine. Okay, so manifestfaster.com. There's a way to contact me. It says Ask Catherine. You can ask me anything, and we can move to getting you a reading that will serve you. Okay, Sable, thank you so much for being here. I don't remember seeing you before, and I'm glad that fate brought you here. Okay, hey, Sable, get this. I used to cringe when I heard my own voice on recordings. No kidding. I cringed. It was so difficult for me to listen to my own voice. Little did I realize that my voice has a vibration. My voice vibrates and people receive. They don't even need to speak English and they hear my voice, and it is something that is healing. So the fact that you're rejecting your voice right now, I would love to help you facilitate that for you. And because I've done it, I know I can help you. Okay, that would be a good one for a reading for the collective, because I'm sure there are lots of people who cringe at their own voice. Okay, my friend? Okay, let me grab a drink of water and let's see who's next. Shreya. Shreya and then Martha. Aw, singing for God. And think of it, God would be like, I believe that God does have emotion. And I feel like God cares for us so deeply when we reject our gift. I believe God is whispering, this is not right. It's a gift. Let me help you. And I believe God is guiding you to accept your voice, okay? And if you're a songwriter, I would absolutely start writing, okay? Shreya, okay, so are you in no contact with your person? I'm so grateful. Sable, I love your name, Sable Snow White. And I have a story about Snow White. So when you write out to me, please remember, and I will tell you my Snow White story. Shreya, are you in no contact with your person? I'm just feeling like I want to shuffle. Okay, no contact. You know what? No contact is awful, isn't it? Can you relate? When somebody has asked for you to take a break, there's a no contact. What does it mean? How do we cope? It hurts when somebody says, don't contact me. It hurts. And so my heart goes out to you, Shreya. This is very difficult, isn't it? Very painful. Okay, so now in this eclipse that's happening right now, the eclipses kind of warn us out of love to be aware of breaking things, breaking up, breaking down. It's disconnecting. The light goes away, right? If an eclipse comes, it covers. If you imagine that this is the sun, the eclipse comes over it, covers it, and then the sun comes back out again. So, in this regard, whenever you're trying to figure out what to do with another human, it's so important for me to remind you that God never ghosts you. Can I hear an amen from the peanut gallery? God has never ghosted you. God never would ghost you. And God would never put you in no contact. Okay? And so, because of that, when someone chooses to say no contact, what does that mean? And what are we supposed to do about it? So that's what we're going to talk about, because Shreya, this is about your energy. I can't read for your person's energy. Your person isn't here right now. The divine is here right now, and the divine wants to bring you a word about being in a new contact. Okay, and we have like a bird. Have you ever held a living bird? Have you have you ever held a living bird, Shreya? Because when you hold a bird, you have to hold very lightly. Isn't that true? You can't hold a bird tight in your hands or you'll kill the bird. All right? Hi, Miss Pamela. Welcome. I'm so glad to see you here today. If you squeeze a bird too tightly, it will kill the bird. So, what this message is, that this relationship, this connection with this person, you're trying to hold it too tight. And the tighter you hold your person, the more you are killing the connection. This is a tough call, isn't it? And I'm so sorry to have to say it, but it's so important. I'm 72 years old, and I have talked to literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who want to be loved, probably thousands at this point over my lifetime. And even though you got a tattoo of the name, it right now in this moment, something was strangling the connection between the two of you. Something was squeezing the connection. And when that happens, the universe comes into play. Isn't it hard to think that it might be a divine idea for you to stop? That spirit could be whispering, stop, give it time, let this bird go. If you let this go, if it's meant to be yours, Shreya, if this man is meant to be in your life, he will return. If he's not, then he will not. But the more you do to squeeze onto him, the more likely it is the energy will be crushed. This feels hard, I know, but these are the times when we really need to lean into the divine, because God loves you, Shreya. God loves you. Why is this person acting like this? It's a hard question, isn't it? But when he takes an action, thank you, Pamela. Hi, Anthony. When he takes an action to show you that he feels too much pressure, it's so important that you respect and honor his wishes right now. I strongly believe with all my heart that some of these relationships are painful for a reason. There's a lesson in it. Rely on spirit. Do you have somebody that is a spiritual friend or relative? Do you have an auntie or a grandmother? Someone that can speak to you and help you understand. All right? It's probably the most difficult thing in the world to be ghosted by someone. I have some ghosts in my own life, and they've pressed me into spirit. They have driven me to God, and they've driven me to the humility to say, look, I don't know why this isn't working, but if it were meant to be, if it were meant to be, it would be. Okay, Shreya? Everybody send Shreya some hearts, y'all who are watching. Thank you for being here. Just, I don't have the little button that you guys are looking at, but send our dear friend Shreya some moral support. There's not anybody here, thank you guys. There's no one here who has not been hurt in love, and we are here to help you. Isn't it interesting? Oh, thank you for, Sable just asked such a great question. Is it normal or common to get pieces from others' readings that can resonate with the one's issue at hand as well? It's 100% normal. Birds of a feather flock together. When I do a reading like this, frequently there are many people that all have the same issues around heartbreak. I've been working with people in heartbreak recovery literally my whole life. When I was in high school, a million years ago, friends would come to me and ask me for advice. And now with the cards as my venue, I love knowing that my voice carries the vibration of healing, that people do accidentally find my readings at the exact right moment. And I know that's true for Martha. Martha, are you still here? I'm here for you to pull a card. And Shreya, I think you have your answer. I think you have your answer. Thank you, Martha. I'm glad you're here. By squeezing tight to this relationship, you're squeezing the life out of it. If he's meant to come back, that's up to God. Okay, can you say that? Say, even though I don't know how, I'm trusting God with my person right now. Even though I don't know if He will contact me, I'm trusting God to guide me. It's so important. I am not God. I can't speak for God, but I can speak from my human heart that when things are falling apart, we have to go to God first. Pamela, oh gosh, you guys, you make me feel emotional. All the support here. We have to put God, hang on, let me see. We have to put God above all loves. Yes, it hurts, but God never leaves us, and He's always comforting us. Pamela, thank you so much. I couldn't have said it better myself. Yes, I feel like Sable. I love what you said. Does my opinion when you let go, Shreya, that's when he's going to feel the emptiness and loss, and if he feels the need, he will reach out. That is so true. I think that when you feel God is scary, that is something you can work on. Even though I'm scared of God, I want to know Him better. Even though God makes me anxious, I want to know Him better. Even though I don't know how, I want to feel loved by God right now. Okay? All right, so let's move on. I know this is hard. Oh my gosh, I've written, there's a lot of material on my website, manifestfaster.com. There's a lot of material about loss and heartbreak. So please take advantage of what's over there, okay? Thank you, Sable. Sable says sometimes God has something better for us that we could not even imagine, but we have to let go so He can fill our hand. Beautifully put, Sable. Are you a songwriter? Have you written some songs? I have that lyricist energy here. You have a beautiful way with words. So Martha, my friend, things are interesting. I know for you, things are ever developing. Hi, CRC. I will put you next. So thank you for visiting here. Remember that with our new moon in Virgo, if you're here for the first time, will you guys hit that thumbs up over there? You know what? I forget to remind you all, and it's so important for me to feel your connection, and it happens when you hit the thumbs up. So thank you so much. I love you guys for that. Okay, so we are going, hi, goodness. Would you like to have a card too? So, what do we make of an eclipse energy? What is that all about? And what's the new moon? So, Martha, right now, whatever is in the dark, remember that the eclipse is covered by the shadow. The sun is covered by the shadow of the moon, and it creates an eclipse where the sun disappears in the sky. So, I'm right now. What I'm wanting for you, Martha, is to select an area where you feel like you're in the dark and you feel like you can't see what's coming next. And with the new moon energy, it's about what can we deposit? What can we put into our spiritual bank account? A deposit into what's coming in the future. Okay? Martha, let's see what the divine has for you during this juicy astrological season. And we have the gardener. Well, that's perfect for you, Martha. Okay, the gardener. All right. It's very interesting that your card would come up pictured like this, Martha, because I know that you are in the real estate business. And look at it's a piece of real estate or as a costume, which I think is very fascinating. The building is a costume. So, what I'm sensing for you right now is that there is, okay, so I'm noticing that the garden that she's in, and it's like this residential area, and yet she is wearing the costume of a high rise. So, what is that meaning? And then, oh, this is so interesting because she's holding this plant, and it looks like it's been pulled out and put into some sort of, like the root ball is in some sort of bag, And that as the plant is growing, look at these tiny homes. So I feel for you, Martha, that there is something going on right now that is not easy. It's not easy. It, like when the eclipse happens, everything's dark. So it's not easy for you to be in this moment. And I feel like you feel isolated, that you're feeling alone. And in a way, you've picked up something. You're carrying what used to be your ideal when it comes to your career, and you're ready to plant it somewhere else. You picked up everything you knew when you were in this costume. What you were doing with real estate is somehow in a change. It's a shift of energy around it. You're carrying forward these beautiful little homes. You're carrying your knowledge forward, but I think there's some kind of shift happening that's going to surprise you. Don't be surprised if an opportunity or if a person shows up for you that brings you to a place of deep questioning. I know that your spiritual walk is very important to you, and I think you've been resonant with the idea that we use cycles in our life. And I know in the real estate business there are cycles. I mean, seed time or harvest, there's shifts in taste, there's shift in the economy. There's ways that energy shifts radically within your profession. But the smartest and most savvy are the ones that can take advantage of downturns to turn things around. I'm just sensing that this way that you dress, the way that you put on your career is just doesn't fit with your current surroundings. I'm hoping this makes sense to you. I'm not a realtor. I have no idea. But I'm sensing though that as you pluck up what you know how to do with the current growth, that by the next new moon in 28 days or so, you're going to have a sense that you have planted something in a new arena. The garden is rich. The garden is verdant. It's growing strong. But there is some sort of major shift that's going on. Okay, my friend, I hope that that makes sense to you. You know where I am. You can reach out for a private reading if you wish. But when I look at her face, this is not a face of worry. In fact, I keep forgetting to do this. Oops, hang on. I just have to adjust. My battery is almost out, but I'm hoping I can keep going here. Let me straighten that out. Martha, let me put this here so that you can take a screenshot. Good. And Shreya, you know what? I forgot to do that for you. Shreya, take a screenshot here. I mean, just if I hope you're using your camera because this is a great reminder. You can carry the energy of these readings week to week and just use them. Use them. Okay? All right, and I am almost out of battery, so I'm going to go best I can to see how many I can get here. So, oh, good girl, good, good, good. And Shreya, I believe in you. I mean, part of me wants to say he doesn't deserve you, that this person doesn't deserve you. I just felt I needed to say that. Okay, CRC, are you here, CRC? What is it that's happening? Oops. Okay, CRC. Was there something specific? I have your card here. Remember, you guys, in the ancient days, the ancient people had a lot of fear about the eclipse. They depended on the shamans in their societies to make sense of what it is that was happening. Many times we have to be in the dark. We're just in the dark because we are not God. We are a creator, a creation and co-creator with God. And God guides us by the peace of mind that we have deep in our soul. CRC, another musician. I love attracting musicians because I'm a musician but I don't play an instrument right now. And I'm also an artist, and I have started painting again. I'll have to show you guys one of my paintings. But why is it that we put our art secondary to the rest of our life? Not so smart. CRC, a new album. Will it see what universe has for you? Oh, this is very tender. CRC. White Rose of Hope. It'd be a beautiful album cover, wouldn't it? White Rose of Hope. So what I'm seeing here, what I'm sensing, CRC, is that there has been an element of betrayal in your past. There's been people who have not understood your heart, that have, I think, may have taken advantage of you because they weren't plugged in to who you really are. Sometimes when we are putting together a project and we have to work with other people, it can be difficult to be vulnerable. But what I'm sensing here with this eclipse is that you're really being asked to evaluate how much of the past experiences are flavoring your energy right now. Spirit would say, pour out your heart into your music, right? Heartbreak makes a wonderful source of material. Look at Taylor Swift. She made her entire career on heartbreak, right? So it's possible that we will profit in our hearts. We will grow by capitalizing on our hurts in the past. My channel here, my ability to tell the stories of the cards is directly connected to my heartbreak. The Chiron is in my chart, and I do have the wounded healer energy. It may be why people resonate with my readings and my voice, but it's the same as for you, CRC. Oh, I'm glad that this is inspiring to you. I'm glad because this image of this reminds me of the moon. You know, it's placed in the sky the way many of our cards show it. And I feel like this white rose of hope is calling you into a new relationship with your music. The album that you're creating right now, I'm not sure what part of it, what the structure is, or where you are, but there's all of this stirred up energy here. And it's part of the blossoming of this white rose of hope. I feel like the darkness that you've experienced in your thinking and is a bridge. See the strap on the shoulder? It's a bridge to your music. And I would say don't shy away from being real with your music. Use it as a vehicle. And you know what? I don't know what your birth sign is, but if you tend to be a little on the melancholy side, don't let it bother you. See this little shadow here? The shadow is a part of everything that we do. You don't want to be walking around without a shadow because that would mean you're out of the light, right? But being that you may be a bit, oh, Libra, okay, so as an air sign, you can have a lot of confusion about your emotions and it may feel uneasy. So the writing and the producing of your music is probably a bridge to spirit for you. The important message here is to trust the divine, get very involved with the divine and your creative process. Please go to manifestfaster.com and you'll see a little tab that says Ask Catherine. And let me know what's going on because I do support a lot of air signs that have trouble getting the emotional connection. They produce emotional material for others, but to understand completely who you are as a divine creator might be a challenge for you. Okay, CRC? Now, please put your hand on your heart. Okay, CRC? And anyone else that's listening, go ahead and lay your hand right on the center of your chest and take a breath. And I want you to hum, okay? And I want you to feel the vibration, CRC. So take a breath and hum with me. Okay, got it? When you feel that vibration, that's a way of connecting in with your body. Okay, Shreya, if there's only one card, one question. The question's finished. You can go back into this reading, and I will be posting it. You can find your reading, find your card, and listen again. Okay, you'll get double delight. And CRC, I'm just going to put the picture up here. Please take a screenshot. And I want you to particularly remember that white bridge over her shoulder and into the rose, and creating that bridge of hope for yourself. Okay, my friend? I really hope you get a hold of me. I would absolutely love to hear from you. Okay, goodness, goodness. Are you here, goodness? You are welcome, CRC. I would love to connect with you. Please keep me in mind and be part of Team CRC. So Shreya, the thing is that when your person is closing a door and you are squeezing hard to your person, it squeezes the energy away from connection. All right? And I appreciate that the tattoo is real for you, but honestly, that's something that may end up being a great lesson for you. But right now, I think that Sable and some of our other watchers have been encouraging you to take the time to develop your love for yourself and for your person. Let them go to their highest and good. You can love them, but do not, excuse me, honor their no contact, okay? Okay, goodness. Let's draw a card for goodness. Oops. I had two cards, one to come out. Okay. Hi, Sohita. I don't think I'm going to have time this morning because my phone is almost out of energy. And so I will be back next Sunday. You guys know I come every Sunday to open up the cards for you. And so I look forward to seeing you at the next live reading. Okay? So, goodness, goodness gracious, goodness, pure nature. Okay, this is a great card for us to complete the readings today for goodness and for goodness sake and for all of you who are watching, because one of the things that has really helped me is to get close to nature. Whenever I am feeling lost or lonely or just unfulfilled, all I have to do is walk outside my door, and there are countless examples of abundance. When I take my walk, I notice the abundance of leaves, the abundance of blades of grass, the abundance of cracks in the sidewalk. There are so many things that you can do to connect with the divine through nature. And so, goodness, whatever is going on in your life right now, I'm sensing that there's parts of your life that are blooming beautifully. If you could see this card closely, you would see that she is not wearing any clothing under this natural flower. So I feel, goodness, that you already have done a lot of work. You've been aware of some changes that need to happen in your life, and you're doing the best you can. Look at these two hands on the heart and how they are just longing. It's like longing for something. And then I look here at this bud that is not ready to be a flower. So what has blossomed in your life so far has been very wonderful. There's things happening in your life right now that are satisfying. Okay, think about that for a second. Can you appreciate something in your life that is happening right now? Did you have a bed to sleep in last night? Did you have something to eat today? Do you have a pet that loves you? Are you here on this reading receiving inspiration? All of these things are happening right now. As you get into gratitude for what you have right now, Anjana, this is a good message for you. Are you thankful and fully appreciating what is happening in your life right now? Or are you busy looking at something that's not here yet? Are you putting your focus on another human instead of focusing on what the divine is doing right now? That's all you're being called to do. If anybody has put you in no contact or it's long distance, turn away. As you turn away from humans, you will create a desire in the right humans to want to contact you. The message about squeezing the bird that we had, that was 3 readings ago, we had the idea of holding on to a bird too tightly and holding it very loosely. So, right now, this message is for you, for goodness, and for everyone else, is to appreciate dearly what you have right now. When your mind comes into your awareness and you're thinking, yeah, but I don't have that new job, and yeah, I don't have anything to do tonight, and yeah, I'm grateful for this, but I want that. That's something that you can use in this new moon energy. You can plant a seed of finding divine love first. Work on your relationship with the divine. It's always something you can choose. What are your natural gifts? Are you an artist? Are you a musician? What do you love? Do an inventory and dive deep into your relationship with the divine. Smartest way you can use this energy right now. Okay, my friends? Thank you so much for those of you who came to the reading today. I deeply appreciate you all so much. You're a big part of the joy of my life, and it gives me it's always so fun to come here and spend this time with you. It is my highest excitement to open the cards for you, my friends. So let me put this up here. So goodness, Anjana, take a screenshot here. And remember, God loves you and is hunting you down. Sometimes in the toughest parts of our life is when the divine is knocking on the door in the loudest way. I love you all. I'll see you next week. Be blessed. Go forth and prosper. Bye now.